All right, here we go. On this side of the studio now. Yeah, my bad about. Let me make sure everything is good. Can you guys hear me okay and everything? Um, my bad about the other live stream, but this is why I have two sides of the studio. Like I said, this side is built for live streaming because I have a better PC over here. Set up over there, the PC isn't as best as my old PC. So it's not really set up. It's not like this PC over here is custom. Put about $2,000-3,000 into this PC, so it has the latest everything. Over there is like an old PC that I first started learning podcasts and stuff on, so it's not really equipped for live streaming. But here we are now. So I wanted to do this live stream to get us all to talk before the Bulls game starts back tomorrow, but also go over some news that happened in the NBA. Not really much with the Bulls, right? Um, they did come out with the injury list for tomorrow, so basically everyone but Io, Troy Brown Jr., and Zach LaVine are either going to be in the game for tomorrow or they're at least probable. I think that's Derrick Jones Jr. is the one that's probable. Am I saying that right? For tomorrow's night game, but I expect him to play, but I guess we'll see there. What's going on, Ricky Fontaine? Anthony Davis is out for a month, which that's I think I said in my preview video I didn't expect Anthony Davis to play, and he went down. So Russ is back and they're gearing up. But I like the way that the Bulls match up against the Lakers. I know they have LeBron, but I like what's going on. So, but yeah, so I'm really interested to see why you guys think the other side of the studio is cool. I guess it's the lighting. The lighting over there is dope as shit. The lighting over here is very bright and everything. But the lighting over on the other side of the studio is a lot more dim and everything. So I guess it looks cooler that way. Um, but yeah, hold on real quick. Get that over. Pillow then came off. See, this is really laid back live stream. Usually I don't do all this. I like to have all this set up before I start. But fuck it, we're here. But yeah, let's go to the comments. Let's see what we got. Nick's in the building. What's going on, bro? Cap is in the building, much better. Definitely better on this side. I'm in the building early. What's up, Ricky Fontaine? My brother over there. What is their expectations for? I think I just went over that, Shay. Let me know if that answered your question or whatever else. Probable. Yep. Definitely probable. I knew I was seeing it wrong. Yeah, it's crazy what's going on with Anthony Davis. Here goes. What's going on? No, I'm not doing no whack ass content creators intros. Are you going to have the comments come up? Yep. As you see there, Shay, your comments are up. So, what's going on, Young Baller 24? I'm living, man. Had a Christmas party with the fam today. I actually thought it was gonna go longer than what it was. I got another Christmas party to go to tomorrow. That one's not family, so I'm gonna be drunk as shit. That's why I know I can't live stream after the Lakers game because there's no kids, no nothing. It's just adults. I'm gonna be wasted. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna watch the game. I don't know how much I'm gonna remember it because tequila's flowing, but it is what it is. Yeah, so but I'm doing good, Nick. How's everybody doing in the chat so far? How rude of me. What's going on, Shay? Thanks for the 2 voicemails that played on this week's episode as well. Y'all got to make sure y'all join in and sending texts and voicemails. I'm glad that Shay's using it faithfully now. That's the best way to connect and be a part of the show, and especially the ones that like you who are hopped in this random live stream. Y'all are family at this point, so I want y'all to be as involved in the show as you can be. So sending those texts, voicemails, it's all in the description. I don't always remember the number off the top of my head. But yeah, make sure you put that all in the description. Well, it's all in the description. You can send text if you want to. Probably can't stay long. I'm seeing No Way Home at 10. Matt, listen, I saw it yesterday. I'm going to see it again tomorrow afternoon before the show. All I'll say is this: amazing. It's fucking amazing. Real talk. I will say that I like this Spider-Man movie. So my ranking with the MCUs, Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU film. Infinity War, and then the Spider-Man film. That's where it ranks for me. Key Isaac Epps, what's going on, bro? I responded to your comment. I know it's like a day later. Hopefully you got the text and voicemail line. It's in the description too. Hopefully you send one in, Key Isaac Epps. Anthony Davis dies twice every game like Kenny from South Park. Listen, it's over with, man. It's over with. It's over with. I'm getting hibachi right now and watch the new Spider-Man now. I just need the Bulls to win tomorrow to make my weekend even better. That is a fire-ass weekend, I must say so myself. And I don't. So I have 2 4-day weekends back-to-back. I got a 4-day weekend this week, got a 4-day weekend next week, and then I got a 4-day weekend the week after that. I got a lot of 4-day weekends coming up. I'm going to be giving y'all a lot of content. A lot of fucking content. You know, to set up a Twitter chat. Yeah, like a group, like a DM. That's all I know. You can do something other than that in Twitter. Let me know. Anthony Johnson, let's go Bulls. What's going on, Anthony? Thanks for joining tonight. I'm seeing it tomorrow. I'm telling you, it's fire. It's fire. No spoilers at all. Nothing like that. Not giving Disney $1 unless it's on fire. Listen, movie's fire, but keep in mind, it's your money's going to Sony, not Disney. Even though it's they make the movie, I think they only get like 5% of the profits. Everything else goes to Sony. So keep that in mind. Chicago Bulls, Lakers got to go down tomorrow. Got to go down tomorrow. Yes, Leonard, they do. They do. We got to beat them tomorrow. Got to beat them tomorrow. You watching the Woodley fight? I watch every fight. Boxing and UFC. So really, again, I know I've been throwing a lot of podcasts at you. Me and one of my best friends, JB, who's a huge Knicks fan. He was supposed to be on the podcast at one point, but he's like going through some personal shit. Like we've kicked around for a long time, just starting a general sports channel, just because we both watch damn near everything. I even watch football, not American football, because I grew up in Europe, so I watch a lot of football as well. So yeah. Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU movie too. I saw the text. Saw what text? I bet you Caruso first. Yeah, Caruso's gonna get in a lot of heads tomorrow. And listen, I'm telling you right now. I know IT had 19 points in his return, but Caruso is gonna get that man the business. Caruso is going to. IT may be like, you know what? The G League was cool when Caruso gets done with him. That's all I'm gonna say there. That's all I'm gonna see there. Hibachi, here come the cravings. Hibachi is fire. Yeah, I seen you can start a Twitter party where you can invite people and hold a conversation. Oh, I'm gonna have to look into that. That'll be fun for everyone. I know not everyone has Twitter. So yeah, and since you guys are the only one in here, right? Since we don't have anytime I do a random live stream, it's not a super big amount of people. But so we are approaching 2,500 subscribers, right? We just passed 2,000 not too long ago, but we're already close to getting past 2,500. So you guys get to get in on the ground floor, right? I'm deleting this live stream. I don't even know if I'm gonna leave this live stream up. I may, depending on what we talk about. But again, this is just a hangout more than anything. But at 3,000 subscribers, right? Keep in mind, 3,000 subscribers. I'm going to drop a 3,000 subscriber random video celebration, right? Just to celebrate 3,000 subscribers. And I'm going to buy one random person in that chat. We're going to do some trivia about the channel itself. Whoever answers some of those questions correctly, one random person. So I'm going to do probably like 5 questions. All those 5 people who answer those questions correctly first get their name thrown into a hat. One random person, I'm gonna buy them a Bulls jersey. That's what we're doing for 3,000 subscribers. So get those motherfucking subscribers up. Tell your friends about it, everything like that. But we're gonna be doing that for a 3,000 subscriber giveaway. A Bulls jersey of their favorite player, whatever player of their choosing. We're gonna give that away. So I like to give back to you guys. I like to tell you I'm the host here, but this is not just my channel. This is not just my platform or my community. It's our community. And because of that, I'm going to give back at every milestone. So we're going to do that at 3,000. The next one we're going to give away is going to be at 5,000 after that. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Caruso has dibs on LeBron the whole night. Hey, that's going to be a fun matchup. That's all I can say. I really wish Io was going to be in that game, because I was hopeful that Io was going to play, and then Io would have gotten to go up against IT, because I think Io will get IT the goddamn business too. Now, he is a rookie, so IT may have had those veteran moves on him, but I was really looking forward to that. Winter Soldier is really good. I think Black Panther might still be my favorite MCU film, but Spider-Verse is my favorite superhero movie. Spider-Verse is dope. I separate animated from live action just because they can do so much more with animated because they don't have to deal with live people. But yeah, Spider-Verse was one of my favorite movies of that year. So for sure, that's an amazing film too. Chicago got to trade. No, they don't have to. I not Leonard Thomas again because I'm going to be doing trivia. You may want to watch the other video that I posted today because I went over why the Bulls don't have to trade for Miles Turner. There's really not that much of a difference between Miles Turner and Vooch looking at the advanced metrics. Surprisingly, Vooch's defensive rating is only 0.2% lower than Miles Turner, whereas Miles Turner does average more blocks than Vooch. It's really not that big of a difference. And did you guys know that Vooch was defensive rating the 5th best center in the league last season? So we gotta, again, I know how things look on paper, and I know just looking at the stats, but again, I don't think Vooch is as bad as a defender. Sometimes we make him out to be. So watch that video though. I'm not gonna get into all that. Time to binge watch the channel. Hey, how rusty do you think our Bulls will be? I don't know. It could be. I think it's gonna be one of 3 different scenarios. Either the Bulls aren't going to have very much rust because, again, it wasn't like it was injury or anything. I know they weren't able to practice as a team, but either they're not going to have very much rust and they're going to look pretty good very early in that game, or it's going to take them through the course of the game to kind of get back on track, or they're going to be completely out of sync and look terrible. So one of those 3 scenarios is going to happen. I tend to believe that the Bulls are going to be able to get on track at least during that game, even if there is some rust they need to shake off initially. That's just what I think. But we'll be able to see. Shay, now there's no excuse. Nikola Vucevic has to really go off against DeAndre Jordan. I mean, it's not just the one-on-one thing. Like, Vooch is getting shot. Let's make it clear. It's not like the other teams are defending Vooch to the point where they're making him mess up. It's really just Vooch is in his own head. He's just not dropping shots. Vooch is getting good looks. So I don't. It's not really the defense that's been played against him. Vooch just is not getting it. Not getting it. Bulls better be coming out hot after this bye week, basically, right? Basically, the Bulls got a bye week. Yeah, you'll be at 3,000 subscribers soon. I'm on people ask to subscribe. I appreciate you, Ricky. I appreciate you, bro. What's up with you in the periods after every we're family. I gotta talk shit to you, but bro, like that makes it read really weird. Like, stop putting the periods after everything. I hit the period too sometimes when I mean to type the space bar. Maybe that's what's happening. But it says I need that jersey. I got 6 championship brothers since summer of 09. We're trading Pat White draft pick. What? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. We got to play hard and out hustle the Lakers because they play lazy as hell. Listen, turnover prone. Russell Westbrook is having the lowest PER in the last 8 years of his career. His turnover rate is also the highest of his career. So yeah, definitely we got to play close defense there. I don't think they'll be rusty. I feel like they needed the rest because they had us playing back to back. We did have a very difficult schedule to start with, not just in terms of opponents, but in terms of just a lot of games in a concentrated amount of time. So, yeah, I mean, when you look at the Bulls having a week off and there's still teams that we played more games than or right around that time, that just shows you how many games the Bulls have played so far this season. Yeah, because when you think about it, who on the Lakers are going to step out on the perimeter to defend Nikola Vucevic? And then on top of that, DeAndre Jordan doesn't like to come out on the perimeter because he can't do shit on the perimeter at all. And if DeAndre Jordan goes out on the perimeter guard Vooch, I'm telling you, it's going to be barbecue chicken for DeMar DeRozan down low. Yeah, they'll probably put LeBron on him. But at this point, right, I'm not saying LeBron's terrible. I'm not anything like that. But LeBron doesn't seem to have that quickness anymore. DeMar still has a lot of quickness. So it's going to be interesting to see. The periods make it read like you're gonna clap after each word. Oh, are you going off on me? God damn you! Screw you, bro. You motherfucker. Haize. No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. This team suffers a lot of in and out buckets, so I'm not even that mad at Vooch. Just one small adjustment and it goes in, but you have to do that every basket. Levine suffers from this too. Yeah, for real. He does. But not as bad, right? With Levine, not as bad. I already went over his stats in another video. Levine's basically averaging the same at a higher efficiency than what he did last year. So yeah, for sure. I love these hangouts, bro. Hey, I love talking to y'all, man. It's not going to be as long of a one because I know usually we go for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm going to let you know right now. Your boy a little intoxicated. I'm not lasting that long tonight. I'm not doing it, but I missed y'all. So yeah, I wanted to do it, do some things there. Ricky Fontaine, good rest for Caruso hamstring because those are tricky. And yeah, that may be the thing. And any because don't forget too, like even though it's not reported, a lot of players deal with like little nagging injuries that may turn into something more down the road. And then they get on the injury report. But for these players that to get a chance to rest, especially the ones who weren't in health and safety, it's been just rest. They've been able to still work out and everything. It's going to be good for us. Good for us. Predict the score. I don't predict scores. I don't know if you're new here. Well, no, relax, watch. I've seen you before. I don't do score predictions because it's the fucking NBA and it could be anything from a random tough defensive game to the Bulls can come out and score 40 points in a quarter. I don't do score predictions. I just don't get down like that's part of the reason why I don't bet. I don't bet. I don't like to gamble in general because I don't like the chance of losing money. So, but I don't do that type of thing. People forget how poorly P. Will was playing on offense before his injury. He just stayed the fuck out of the way. I mean, he wasn't playing poorly. He just wasn't being aggressive on offense. He wasn't taking a lot of shots. And that's by design, right? He's not supposed to take a lot of shots in the way that this team is made up. I wouldn't necessarily say he was playing horrible on offense, but let's also think he was coming back from a major injury too, right? His first one that kept him out for a while. So it's a lot of things going on there for why Patrick Williams may not been aggressive or as efficient on offense as you would like, but that's never really been his role. Never really been his role. Will we see Petty before you go? I don't know if Petty Roosevelt's going to come out today. I already did the little fake top notch intro, which that motherfucker too. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. So like, clearly, like again, I don't like doing this like inside the YouTuber thing, but fuck it. So in the video that I posted a little 13-second clip making fun of inside the Chicago Bulls, and so somebody else tagged Top Notch or started talking about him. So like he was going through the comments like, "Oh, I'm really the topic of conversation," and it says something to me, but then he deleted it. I was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and by the time I was up, he deleted it, but I still saw the notification. So I went to my email, which shows you anytime that you get a comment, even and it's still there, even if they delete it. So I saw it, and I really started to be petty and do like a whole skit on Top Notch, and then I decided not to do it. But it's if I need to record it, it's definitely on some ether shit. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Fun fact: we only lost one game with Alex Caruso in the starting lineup. Interesting there. Interesting there. Hold up. Zoe may want a piece of LeBron too. I mean, I don't know if he's going to want to, but he will probably guard LeBron on some possessions. Let's see what's going on with Wendell Carter Jr.'s injury. Because the next comment up, I know I haven't clicked on it. This one is JKLY. I think Wendell got a hammy. If that's all it is, like the way that they made it seem, let's see. After scary injury, finding as a wheelchair, the injury didn't look and likely sparked fear that so he has a lower right leg muscle strain. All right, well that's good. That's good. I was because even though Wendell left, he got traded. I still like Wendell. I still like Wendell. Pat was shooting 50% from the field and the three. He just wasn't aggressive. See, I didn't think he was playing. I didn't think he was shooting terribly. Either way, I've yet to see why people will. Well, you should, because as a 19-year-old starting almost every game for the Bulls last season, he guarded the best wing player of that team. And even a lot of the players that he guarded were surprised at how good he was and talked about it. So that alone is enough. We got to stop thinking that every top 5 pick got to turn into a superstar. In fact, most don't. But the skill set that which he has can be elite and can be very important to a championship team to have somebody who is that young at that size, still learning their body, still learning the speed of the NBA game, and who can be that great of a defensive player alone is worth the top 5 pick if he's going to be able to do that. Much less as they work his offense, even if he can get into 10, 12 points per game score, you're looking at somebody who definitely is a contributor, especially when you have the scores that this team has. Come on, man. You guys got to stop that. You guys got to stop that. Look like something. Yeah, it did look really ugly. Really ugly. I think it's a strained calf. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Pat Williams' aggression was going in that next game, but it was obvious he was getting exactly. And that's what the funny thing is he was the most aggressive scoring wise or shooting wise, right? In that Knicks game right before, like he went on a little 3 to 4 minute stretch there where he took 3 or 4 open shots without hesitation. So his aggression was coming. We gotta stop being so quick to judge young players. What do you think about Daniel House getting? Man, we already talked about this, man. We talked about this, Shay. I've DM'd you. Me and you have personally talked about Daniel House. I have a video on Daniel House where I answered your voicemail, Shay. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. But I will go to say I had to throw you some shit. Don't be surprised if Harrison Barnes. Listen, if Harrison Barnes is bought out, that's the dude that I want. I personally want. You got to look at it. Play 4. They also say they want a defensive wing. He's not great defensively. He's almost both of those in one. Harrison Barnes is the player that I want if he's bought out, for sure. For sure. I can't wait for Patrick to come back with more or less the same roster. Could you imagine? Listen, I'm telling you, and this is what my hope is, right? I've said this in the last few live streams. My hope is that Patrick Williams does come back in March or in the playoffs and just get some type of playoff experience. I've said 10 to 12 minutes a game, but even if it's less than that, just for Pat Will to get in there, to get in that playoff atmosphere and everything else like that, I think that it'll be really keen for him. And then we come back next season even better. People really be wanting to get rid of our assets before we really exactly 20 years old. Like I said, and what he did as a 19-year-old starter in the NBA, you don't give that up. People, I think, forget that Kobe Bryant sucked his first 2 years, right? He was not good his first 2 years. Now, he did show more flashes of aggression than Patrick Williams, so I'm not saying it's a one-for-one comparison, but I'm just saying you guys have to stop being so quick to give up on young players. It'd be different if he was like an older player that was drafted. He was like 23, 24 when he was drafted, something like that. Even then, players can still progress, but at 20 years old in his second year, coming off his first major injury, y'all got to chill, man. Y'all got to chill. P. Willie's a stud. We will regret trading him as Exactly. People will really, really regret that. I saw a YouTube video where the creator was saying how the Pacers was a better team than the Bulls. Now he is eating those. Hey, listen, I saw almost everyone who tried to hate or underestimate what the Bulls are going to be able to do. All those not fit things. All those who's going to. I can't tell you in how many groups it was like. I was like, oh, I really do think the Bulls can get to. At that time, I was saying 45, 48 wins, and they're like, who's going to play defense for them to get there? Now look at us. Top 10 in the league in defense. People got to eat those words, man. Every top 5 pick doesn't hit the ground running. Look at Jaylen Brown, rookie year, and their games are similar. Acme said he was a project. And they know that. They know that. And that's the thing that people got to remember too. When you're ready to give up on Patrick Williams, really what you're saying is that you doubt the front office because they drafted him because the potential that they saw in him. And we've all been saying how much we think Acme are smart and how they do things that are creative and we got to trust them. So if you want to trust the front office, part of that then has to be trusting them, the faith that they have in Patrick Williams, flat out. That's just, those things go hand in hand. Those things go hand in hand. Their first pick as leading this team and restructuring this team, they saw such an important building block and piece in Patrick Williams that they drafted him much higher than people had projected. They could have traded down, right? They could have traded down, probably got a couple more assets and probably still got Patrick Williams, but they wanted to make sure that they secured him with that spot. That should tell you something. I really hope AK doesn't make a trade because we don't need one just by. I mean, it depends on what the trade is. Again, because the Bulls do have a trade exception. They do have expiring contracts like Troy Brown Jr., who really hasn't given the Bulls very much over the course of the season, despite some flashes. So if it is a trade, it just depends on what the structure of that trade is, right? Because they could very well make a trade for someone who could have potentially got bought out with the hopes that they get their bird rights and they're able to re-sign them. So it's not just one for one. Rondo 2 Raw. Yes, sir. Bulls basketball it's definitely back, and we need to. Not gonna lie, I'm not saying the N-word on here because I've seen channels get striked for that, so I'm not gonna do it. But not gonna lie, talking about trading Vooch and P will be making me mad as shit. He's like 19 years old and already showing great potential. Also, Vooch is still an all-star caliber player. P Will's 20, but I definitely feel what you're saying there. And I don't know if you saw my most recent video that I posted earlier today, but I broke down everything about Vooch, basically in the same thought that you are. Like, it's Bulls aren't going to give up on Vooch right now. Lonzo is a prime example of a late bloomer. I bet the Lakers wish they kept him now. That's from Ricky Fontaine. And that's why everyone who's saying or thinks that the Bulls only have a 3-year window, if they only have a 3-year window, it was their fault. And that's a fail. Because just like with the Lakers could have extended their window when they got LeBron if they kept held on to some of their younger pieces. And a lot of those younger pieces are now on teams flourishing. So you don't want to completely mortgage your future. The idea, the best franchises and what they do is that they have players that are contributing now, and then they have players that are rising, and that thing overlaps some. That's usually the championship window, and then as the older players start digressing, you have those younger players really on the rise. So you can do both, right? You can do both. I really want to beat the Lakers tomorrow because I just love fucking with LeBron's fans. Laker fans get on my goddamn nerves. Listen, LeBron sexuals are crazy. LeBron sexuals are crazy. Dudes were talking crazy on Flight with MJ. Listen, that I love Flight Sports TV. I love the fact that we connected organically. I love the fact that I'm able to go and pop in on their lives. The fact that they let me do that shit. I don't take that for granted. They are an established channel that does they motherfucking thing. And the fact that I'm able to go over there on Flight doesn't mean we always agree, doesn't mean I always agree with the panel or whatever else. But what they're building as a platform and giving creators the platform really on through their channel is amazing. And not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of people would even open their videos up and their live streams up to people who to just come in and contribute. So shout out to Flight Sports TV on that one. Oh, we got Flight Sports TV comment next. What do you expect from Zoe tomorrow? What's good, bro? What's up, Flight? Zoe's gonna have to show us some things. I don't necessarily like to go to scoring, but Zoe, without Zach LaVine being there, with Vooch being cold, not all their depth on the bench, Zoe's going to play about 38 minutes tomorrow. And I think he's going to show that defensiveness. I think we're going to see a lot of coaching on the floor from him. I don't know what's going to happen score wise, but I tell you what, if Zoe gets hot, right, and what Zoe needs to do is Zoe needs to play good enough, right, to where he's managing the game that it forces LeBron to guard him, because that's going to open everything else up for the Bulls for sure, for sure. Acme hasn't failed us, nor let it be known the moves they make. I know he got some heat. He's just ready to drop on the Lakers' head. Yep, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Oh man, we got a super chat from Flight Sports TV. I appreciate you. Respect, hey bro, I appreciate you, man. Real talk, real talk. That's from one real one to another, man. I really do appreciate what you guys do over there, man, and letting me be a part of it. Just read that one. If you had a choice between seeing the Bears in the Super Bowl live or the Bulls in the entire final series live, the Bulls, because it's a series, because you just mentioned it's more than one night. That shit, listen, if y'all think Spike Lee, if y'all think Drake during the finals, I don't give a damn if I'm sitting in the nosebleeds. I guarantee the camera's going to get on me, because if I ever get to attend a Chicago Bulls NBA Finals game live, listen, the energy will be felt that night. That's for goddamn sure. That's for goddamn sure. I definitely see AK making another big move. He's trying to win championships now. Not just show on paper we're going to the play again, but they could do that without making a big move. We got to stop thinking that moves, big trades are the only way to go. That's what we as fans think. Smart GMs do so much more than that. So and again, by move you may not mean trade, but I don't even think it needs to be a big one. What the Bulls are lacking right now doesn't take another superstar. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. So we'll see. Wouldn't it be funny if the Lakers down the line acquired a fully developed LiAngelo Ball because they can't handle another mistake? Plus, LeVar would be happy. Man, listen, we'll see. We'll see. LiAngelo needs some time to develop. I don't see it happening with the Lakers, and part of that is I think that LeVar Ball is so over the Lakers. I think he's going to get in his son head and be like, don't sign in the motherfuckers. But where do things have happened? Where do things have happened? Relax, watch Flight Sports TV, one of my favorites, but I feel like he's more of a Ball brothers bias than an actual. Well, no, he doesn't just cover Bulls, right? He's clear. They are a Ball family channel first, and that's fine. That's what they do there, but they're transparent about that. They tell you that's what they do. They cover Ball family content and NBA content as a whole, but they do that, and that's perfectly fine. Just like I'm more of a Bulls bias thing, right? I love Lonzo as a Bull. And I talk about him and I believe in him and everything, but if he was to leave the Bulls, I wouldn't necessarily be talking about him. I'm a Bulls focused channel. That bias, I don't think is the right word there. They're just focused on the Ball family there. And that's fine. Like I said, I think this game, this is the game where Kobe and Nikola Vucevic are both break out of the slump. I'm calling it. Well, from your mouth to God's ears, Shay. That's for goddamn sure. That's for sure. You're not alone. That energy definitely going to be there with the Bulls in the finals. I'm telling you, if I ever in my lifetime am blessed enough to go to the Chicago Bulls game in the finals, I'm letting you know right now, the whole arena is going to hear me. I'm probably going to be in the fuck. I probably can only afford a nosebleed seat in the finals. And I'm going the fuck off. I'm telling you, I'm going there with every Bulls piece of clothing I have on, and I'm superstitious. And I'm getting in people's face. Listen, I'm making TV. I'm definitely making TV. That's for sure. LeBron gonna be chirping at the refs tomorrow when we clamp it. Hey, I wouldn't mind that at all. I low key like Mac Thomas in the preseason. Wish I can see him more. I mean, again, really, there's not. The preseason was different beast, man. Billy Donovan was really trying to figure out his rotations, figure out what he had in guys. And Matt Thomas just on the end of the bench, but he's there to be that veteran presence that can come in. Do you watch any college basketball? Honestly, so yes, I watch a lot of college basketball. At one point, especially when the Bulls sucked, I probably watched because I wasn't playing for League Pass when the Bulls were terrible. I probably watched more college basketball than I did NBA basketball. But yeah, I'm not really I don't have a specific college team. I am just a college basketball fan. So yeah, I watch a lot of college basketball. I probably watch more women's college basketball right now than male college basketball the last couple of years, though. If you make it to the finals and win it, please God make it happen. Who do you think will win finals MVP? I say Zach. Listen, I wouldn't. And again, keep in mind, players like Andre Iguodala have won finals MVP. It depends on the matchup. I would not at all be surprised to see Alex Caruso win the finals MVP. Wouldn't. Now, am I going to bet on it? No. I think it's going to be either Zach or DeMar, but I would not be surprised at all. Wouldn't be surprised at all. I know we have main scores, but the bench scoring needs to improve now. We get hurt by that too much. Yeah, and that's one thing I've been harping on. That's why I originally was saying like we shouldn't really be looking to trade Kobe White if he gets back in gear, because yeah, we definitely need more bench scoring. That's for sure. That's for sure. Would you rather see Kobe or Io get more minutes off the bench? Who's hot? What do we need? Do we need defense? Then it's Io. Do we need someone who can kind of bust open the zone or just float around and hit some open threes? Then it's going to be Kobe. I think that's going to be what it is the rest of the season. I think Io's probably going to be the one who initially gets more minutes because he's been more consistent. Now, if we get to the place where they both are playing pretty consistent, I think it's just going to determine on what they need in the matchup. But again, Billy Donovan does not hesitate to play 4 guards out at a time. So because of that, they can both get a lot of minutes. So that's real talk, bro. Yeah, for sure. For sure. The preseason bitch lineup was stupid. Caruso, Io, Matt Thomas, Alize. Again, Alize has shown he's not ready. He's not ready. He can't do anything. He plays with a lot of energy, but it's uncontrolled energy. It's unfocused energy, and therefore it hurts the team. Matt Thomas, again, is only out there to be a shooter. Keep in mind, Derrick Jones Jr. wasn't playing a lot in the preseason, so he's really taking that place, and Derrick Jones Jr. has been playing better than Matt Thomas did even in the preseason. So it's completely different setup and different scenarios on why that happened. Does Caruso? Yeah, I think he has to. I think he has to tomorrow. I had said that, so Javonte would be back. So they may go with a lineup of, they may have Derrick Jones Jr. and Javonte out there. So taking into consideration Javonte doesn't lose his starting spot, I think it's going to be Io. But we'll see. Alize can win finals MVP for all I give a fuck. Just give me the trophy and bragging rights. Listen, I don't care. I don't care if the Bulls played the ugliest 7 games of the history of the Chicago Bulls, but if it ended with the Bulls winning a title, that's all I give a fuck about. I don't give a damn if Zach LaVine scores 8 points throughout the whole finals. I don't give a fuck how we get it done. But if we get it done, that's all I care about. That's all I care about. If Zach wins final MVP, security better watch out for Ramina from Twitter because listen, if Zach wins finals MVP, Ramina, I've said it before. I don't know. I've actually been interacting with her on Twitter on my personal page for like 2 or 3 years now. But she's definitely getting Zach LaVine pregnant. That's definitely happening. Then we're gonna be out Zach LaVine for the next season because he's gonna be pregnant. But Derrick isn't back yet, right? He's off. No, so Derrick is listed as probable, which could be upgraded by then. But if he's out, then it has to be Alex Caruso. There's no question there. No question there. He may has to be Caruso even if he's there. So Mike, how drunk would you get if the Bulls went to a finals game? Listen, if the Bulls win the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm drunk as shit. I am drunk as shit. I'm probably not going to wake up the next day. I'm probably going to have to call off work if it's not a weekend. If they win a finals game, I'm drunk as shit. If they win a finals as a whole and win a title, you better check me for alcohol poisoning. I need one of y'all to drive to Columbus, Ohio, knock on my door, and make sure I didn't drink myself to death, right? Because that may happen. That may definitely happen. Bulls about to beat the brakes off the Lakers tomorrow. From your mouth to God's ears. Ricardo, it's impossible for the Bulls to play the ugliest basketball ever when they have DeMar DeRozan on the floor. That's a good fucking point. That is a good fucking point. Relax, watch, just smiley face emojis. He's laughing at me, huh, bro? Vadi the Great. I'm a wasted. I am you wasted, bro. You wasted now. Shouts out to you, man. Shouts out to you. That's a good way to be. I live in Ohio too. Oh, where you at in Ohio, bro? Where you at in Ohio? If the Bulls, how about this? If the Bulls make it to the finals, I will host anyone who's willing to come to Columbus to watch that first finals game. I will host it here at my house. Y'all ain't even got to pay for shit. Just show the fuck up. Bulls win, and I'm Project X. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Bulls win the finals, man. Listen, I'm high. I'm drunk. Like I said, y'all, somebody gonna have to come check on me. I may be dead. Ed, gotta go. I'm celebrating my brother's birthday today because I won't be with him the next week, but I love this hangout. I'm looking forward to the next one. Don't get too intoxicated. Love y'all. Peace, brother, man. Key Isaac Epps right there. Family. Manny Matt laughing at us. Body the Great Dayton. I have a lot. So I don't know. You may know us or not because we're like infamous in Dayton. So I'm part of the Johnson family that lives in Dayton. A lot. We like Trotwood over in Shiloh Springs. We're spread out all in Dayton. My family, huge family in Dayton, Ohio. We all look the same. So if you see any black people with red hair and freckles, they're probably a member of my family if it's in Dayton, Ohio. So should we double LeBron like we did Anthony Davis the last game or not, or let someone guard? I think we start let him guard him one-on-one and see what he does, because this is a different LeBron right now. With AD being out a month, we may see LeBron try to go back into God mode. Now, it may be too early in the season for that. They may want to save that till later in the season, but be on the lookout for that. All right, man, I'll bring them out. Listen, if the Bulls win a NBA Finals, I will do any drug you guys have. Like, I don't give a fuck at that point. I don't give a damn. I am so there, bro. Definitely, Vadi. We got to link up, bro. Project X. Listen, Ricky is fucking hilarious, man. If we get swept, I'm gonna be mad as shit, though. Listen, even if we get swept, the fact that this is let's be realistic. I know I've been joking. Let me talk seriously here for a minute. If the Bulls make it to the NBA Finals, we will be the biggest free agent destination that next offseason. So I'm not even mad at it. Think about this. We're already probably the biggest free agent destination for anyone who's a power forward who wants to ring chase or wants to play on the contributor. We're probably the number one option for that, right? Think of what other teams need power forwards right now that are also contenders. But if the Bulls make it to a finals, again, I really do think our free agency is going to be so easy because there's going to be people willing to take less. Now on shorter term deals, but they're going to be people who are willing to take less to come and try to get us over that hump. Bro, let's get a projector, put it in the backyard, connected to some home pods, bro, with some barbecue. Those finals will be iconic. Absolutely. Absolutely. Double LeBron because he gets happy playing against us. He does. Are we home the next game? I don't even remember. I used to have like the Bulls schedule memorized, and now I'm all thrown off since we've been off. So yeah, we're home tomorrow night against the Lakers. So yeah, being in the United Center, LeBron always does try to kill us. You're right. I just hope the Bulls don't be fighting LeBron like what happened with the fight with Detroit. We'll see, man. We'll see. Joker free in 2023. I'm just saying. Again, I don't think that it happens. If it does, shout out to AK and Mark Eversley. Hopefully by then we've developed Marco or somebody inside of our organization. But hey, former MVP wants to come to this team. Sign his fucking ass. I think that's pretty easy. If you think I'm this passionate about the Bulls in your comment section or voicemail, you should see me on the Windy City Breeze. I'm super passionate. Hey Shay, it's so funny, bro. I think you sent me another voicemail, right? Since the two I played on the show today. And it's funny because like now I know your number before I didn't. But I'm like, when things happen now, I'm like, hey, Shay's gonna call. Because I know you love this team, bro. And I love that. Love that. Manny Matt, we're home. We're home for the next 4. We have a 4-game homestand. Shit, you're right. Woof. Shout out to us then. Shit. I didn't realize that. What if IT goes off again? Man, listen here. If IT beats us, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna be so upset. Why'd you say that, man? Why'd you say that? Who's the player that you'd most like to see in the Bulls roster? For me, I'd have to say Pascal Siakam would be great. But the only thing with that is that what is that again? Because I believe in Patrick Williams' future. What does that do for him? That's why I think the Bulls are really going to bring in somebody who can start this season. But if they do keep him long term, that really becomes a backup to Patrick Williams in the long term. So we'll see. I do like Pascal Siakam a lot. I wouldn't hate him being on this team at all. But a dream player for me on the Bulls. I really don't do this type of thing. So hold on, give me a second to think. I don't know, man. I don't know. Going to the Lakers Bulls game for my 24th birthday. We finna get active. You're 24, bro. Man, y'all be making me feel old as shit on this channel. But be safe, be responsible, and if you get a chance to pop LeBron real quick, go ahead and do it. I'll come bail you out. I've heard some people thinking Serge Ibaka. I wouldn't hate Serge as well. We talked about that before. Money talks, but Joker did say that he likes Chicago, has a big Siberian population. Hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. It'd be cool to have Jokic, but is Chicago really a hot free agent destination? You got to think absolute at this point. Yes, I would say that they are. What they're proving this season, the focus that AK and Eversley are showing that they are trying to get this team to contention. Playing with Zach LaVine being this good, Zach now showing that he can play very well with another superstar on the roster. With how him and DeMar are playing, you got to think that, like I said, for anyone who can play that power forward position, or by then, if we're talking about Joker, Vooch would be off the roster. You got to think that they'll take a look at Chicago. They will take a heavy look at Chicago. So IT ain't a slouch at all. Not at all. I haven't been paying attention to IT. Hey, AK is the new pimp of the league. That is so funny. Somebody photoshopped that. AK and pimp attire. Pascal will be a hard trade because $34 million. Yeah, that ain't happening, bro. We'd have to give up too much. And considering Zach going into a max, yeah, Pascal ain't happening on this roster. I'm gonna mute the mic real quick. I gotta holler at my son. All right, how to holler at my son real quick. He up there acting a goddamn fool. I had to ask him bring me a water bottle. Sorry, dad time. Where were we? But yeah, that would definitely be a hard trade for the Bulls. If we're talking about $34 million. I didn't realize his salary was that high. But yeah, what are some of the things you guys are most looking forward to outside of just having Bulls basketball back? Like, what are some things you want to see? How do you think the team's going to play without Zach LaVine? It's going to be our first time this season, no, second time this season without Zach. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? If you can trade Kevin Durant for DeMar DeRozan, would you do it? As good as DeMar's playing, fuck yeah, you do that, right? I don't think anybody in the league says no to that trade. I love DeMar DeRozan, what he's been able to do, but if you can bring KD to the team, you do that shit. Like I don't think anybody would turn their nose up at that. That's just my opinion. This is my opinion. Shay says, I just want to see the team chemistry build. Yeah, I mean that's gonna happen, and we see it happen, and we need to get that back on track, of course. But I definitely think that that's their gonna be their focus as well. Do you watch Artur's fan club? No, is that a YouTube channel? Hit me to something. I've never even heard of. Like I said, I really didn't watch. Um, I didn't watch a lot of YouTube as far as basketball YouTube. For before I became a YouTuber. So let's see. I just looked it up. They got a shit ton of subscribers. Huh, I have to check this out. Nope, I haven't heard, but I just subscribed. So you just got me to subscribe to them. It would be interesting to see how much more aggressive Lonzo will be on offense. I'm sure DeMar will be a little bit more aggressive as well, but he's always consistent with the scoring. Yeah, DeMar's always consistent. Lonzo has stepped up when we needed him to, besides the time we had like those 3 cold games back to back. But it's going to be interesting too to see what Vooch gives us back, what Caruso gives us, what this bench does. Now that we have a more realized version of what we came into the season expected our bench to be. So, boy, hell yeah, exactly. Hakeem, no, Bulls don't need a trade for Miles Turner. Go and look at my most recent video that I posted today before this one. I talked about a lot of that. And no, Miles Turner doesn't offer really much improvement over what we already have here. So, no, they don't need to trade him. Words mean things to me. So, when people say things like need, no, they don't need to trade for him. I feel like not much will change now that DeMar is alone. Zach and DeMar score around the same points most of the time, and everyone else is everyone else. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. I don't see nobody doing ISOs, just share the ball and get easy buckets, make the defenders get confused, basically. I mean, yeah, you want to play that open offense, but ISO does work sometimes, especially when the Bulls can't score and DeMar's getting to the line. So it depends on what's going on. Depends on what's going on. Yeah, Artur's fan club is about as new as you. He's pretty cool. He's been sick lately and moving, but he's not bad. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I have to check out his content, take a look at what he has going on. Because yeah, I like his thumbnails. I can say that for sure. They're a lot better than Top Notch's thumbnails. That's for damn sure. So yeah, I'll check him out. I'll be checking him out maybe even tonight. LeVar Ball is going to be in Chicago tomorrow, so you know Lonzo Ball is going to act a fool. I mean, I know how much effect that really has, but if it does, then it does, right? Then it does. Hats off to them. I'm so glad LeVar hasn't really been all over Chicago though. Like, I'm glad that this isn't like Lonzo's rookie year when he was just LeVar was all over the place, because LeVar Ball is irritating as shit. Entertaining, entertaining, but annoying. Baca would be great. Another vet presence is always a good A. I mean, it's always good to have veterans, right? It's always good to have somebody who's been there before too, right? Somebody who's gone on long playoff runs, who's fought in playoff series and stuff like that. Even though he's not the player that he once was, having somebody who has that experience is always going to be good for a team this first year, really getting to the playoffs and hoping to make a run. They're doing great sharing the ball. The ball Vooch just can't shoot right now. He'll get better though. I mean, they do have gone into heavy ISO, but yeah, if Vooch's shot starts falling, because keep in mind, like I said, he's been getting good shots. I mean, good looks. But if that shot starts falling, this offense looks completely different. Top Notch just put a head on Wendell Carter jersey and says, "Should the Bulls trade this motherfucker?" It is what it is. I'm trying to get away. Now, when we do these live streams, it's fun. I know I throw my little jab and stuff at people, but I hate shitty ass content creators. And it is what it is. His photoshops are fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. I know he did a Daniel House video earlier, and I was just looking like, you dumb motherfucker. People irritate me, fam. That's all I got to say. People irritate the shit out of me. Unpopular opinion: 2013 Bulls were my all-time favorite. Nate Robinson was damn near. Why is that an unpopular opinion? That's your favorite. That's your personal favorite. Doesn't matter how popular it is or not. That's your personal favorite choice. So don't feel like you have to explain what your favorite is. It's different if you were saying that's the Bulls' best season. At that point, you do have to start bringing in some facts. But if you're just saying your personal favorite, fuck how unpopular it is. That is your personal favorite. You should do that. Terrace fan club is analytical, so be warned, but he's all right. Hey, I mean, there you go. I swear to God, when the second half of the season starts, Chicago Bulls fans are going to be sorry they ever doubted Nikola Vucevic. Watch what I tell you. I know you've been on that shit. I know you've been saying sometimes he doesn't get going until February. Like I said before, you're from your mouth to God's ears, man. Hey, I hope you're right. I hope that we get this together. I have faith in Vooch to get it together, especially like I said, after looking at like defensive ratings and advanced defensive metrics and stuff like that. It made me a little bit more okay and realize that maybe the Bulls defensive problems isn't just all on Vooch. Now we do need a defensive power forward, but it is what it is. The Bulls are top 5, top 6 in the defense in the league. That's not just because of just Caruso and Alonzo Ball. Some people will make you have it. That team is playing great team defense, and Vooch is a part of that. So as well, I know it's easy to focus on some other things, but it is what it is. Does the Cheers fan club page have as much good content as Inside the Chicago Bulls? Listen, it's not hard, man. It's not hard. Not hard to do that. Quadruple X says, I hope SA again. Don't hope that if you want him to come to the Chicago Bulls. If you want Thaddeus Young to be back in the Bulls uniform, the worst thing that can happen is San Antonio buying him out, because the Bulls cannot sign him if San Antonio buys him out. So by you saying that, keep in mind, if they were to buy him out today, the Bulls cannot re-sign him at all. They can't sign him legally. Well, not legally, but by league rules, they can't sign Thaddeus Young. So we have to either trade for him or he has to be signed to another team and they release him. But the Bulls cannot trade for Thaddeus Young if he's bought out. I don't know why y'all talk about top notch when he didn't even have the Bulls to go to the playoffs at first. He put the Lakers over the Bulls. The Lakers switched up when we made noise. No, we talk about him because he's an idiot. He's an idiot. He's dumb. And he makes shit up. He flat out makes shit up. That's why we talk about him. It's not that we're bigging him up. It's not that we think he's a good content creator. He's not. He's not. He's a shit creator. A shit creator. Period. Anyone, this is the thing that pisses me off. Not really pisses me off because I don't give a fuck because he's not affecting my growth, but anyone can do what Top Notch Inside the Chicago Bulls do. That's literally read the headlines and make up a fucking story. Neither one of them actually talk about how this team's playing. Neither one of them talks about what happens on the court of the Chicago Bulls. Neither one of them analyzes the game of the Chicago Bulls because they don't watch the fucking games. People like them saw an avenue and they just create content. I guarantee you right now, next offseason, if another team makes a big move and the Chicago Bulls seem to not be as big of a story, they'll switch their content from, well, not Inside the Chicago Bulls. He can't by the name, but Top Notch will switch the content and start focusing on another team. That's what happens. I can't get properly excited until everyone is back, especially Levine. Zach's my guy. He's the face of the franchise for me. He is. But you still should be excited about this team because we have to win games when Zach isn't out there. So, I mean, that's not to tell you should be excited for, but at least be supportive, right? I understand you wanting to see your guy. I hope Sacramento Kings buy out Harrison Barnes' contract because if that happens, I know. Listen, if AK and Eversley don't jump on a bought out Harrison Barnes, I may be more excited because that tells me whatever the fuck they working on is about to turn some fucking heads. If Harrison Barnes gets bought out and the Chicago Bulls within 48 hours have not announced that they've come to terms with Harrison Barnes, to me that means that whatever they got going on, we all about to be shocked by. Wendell Carter got injured, so does that mean was successful? I mean, it was successful anyway, especially if you look at if Lonzo, I think, was coming here either way. If DeMar came here because we had Vooch on the roster, and what Vooch has been able to help with the Bulls offense, it was a trade. Wendell Carter, again, even though he played good against us, hasn't been playing the best. So I apologize. My dogs are over there fighting. Dumb ass dogs, but you know it is. The Ball's at 21. Besides the starters and Caruso, who is untradeable? I don't think anybody's untradeable, right? Patrick Williams, of course, unless you're counting him in the starters, I don't think anyone's necessarily untradeable. But when you look at it, let's take the Bulls out of the context. a lot of contenders don't make trades within seasons. They kind of go with their rosters as is. They may, like I said, add through buyout, but they don't make big trades throughout the season. So I don't think anybody's necessarily untradeable. I just it's for the right deal. It's for the right deal. So no, them top notch Photoshop jerseys are horrible. Listen, I don't even know why he even tries at this point. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna trip if he doesn't have a fake photo of them in a Bulls jersey. Like, that shit is terrible, man. Terrible. I used to be a big Zach fan, but I've turned into a DeMar fanboy. Hey, as long as it's still on the Bulls, Mike, do your thing, brother. Do your thing. Always supportive, my man, even during the dark days. Hey, that's what I've said too. I know I started this channel when the Bulls were on their way up. But like when I had the live stream with VJ, she vouched for me. I've literally been talking about doing a Bulls channel for like 2 or 3 years. And I've just podcast. The channel came around. I didn't even never intend it to be a YouTube channel. But I finally decided to pull the trigger just because my confidence in myself was low. So I built it up. The only thing that kept me from starting a Chicago Bulls podcast 3 years ago was the fact that I didn't think anybody would want to listen to me because I wasn't an insider, didn't have any sources, I didn't work the beat, nothing like that. I didn't think people would want to listen. I wish I would have started it back then, but it is what it is. We've come a long way since the Fred Hoiberg days. Far, far away, that's for sure. I mean, I like Justin Fields, but I know the Bears are going to lose the majority of their games. But to know each their own. Support your teams, yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's not talk about the Bears. Dion the Storm is a dumbass as well because he just wants to trade anybody on this. I don't even know who the fuck that is. I think somebody else brought him up in another one of my streams. I've never checked out his channel because y'all shit on him, but no. You can be a fanboy of both for sure, for sure. False. The correct answer is that no, they're not. They're not untradeable. That doesn't mean that they will be traded, but no, they're not untradeable. They're not untradeable at all. I love Derrick Jones Jr. and I want to see Derrick Jones Jr. become the new starting point guard. Point guard. What the fuck am I talking about? Power forward. But no, I wouldn't say that they're untradeable at all. I wouldn't say that they're untradeable. This is the TikTok age. 90% of the people online don't know what they're talking about and aren't insiders. You can take over the internet. From your mouth to God's ears again, Poindexter. Thank you for the support. You guys have really boosted my confidence at all. I don't know if how many of you guys go back and watch my first couple of videos, but I think you can tell that I was A, uncomfortable on camera. B, I was kind of I over-explained some shit because I wanted to prove that I knew what I was talking about, right? I wanted to very much prove to anyone that looked at, I know this team through the inside and out. I wanted to prove that, and so it took some of my freeness away trying to do that. But you guys have really helped my confidence and everything. And now, as you see, I'm me. Petty Roosevelt comes out. I crack my jokes. I do everything, and you guys are getting pure, unadulterated Haize for whatever that means. Bad, worse, indifferent, or great. That's what you're getting on this channel for real. Bully Sports. Haize, check him out too, bro. Okay, I'll check him out. I appreciate it. I'll check him out. But for what's your team on 2K? The Bulls. Come on now. And this motherfucker spam in the chat. You are gone, my friend. You're gone. You don't do that shit here. You don't do that shit. Live face jerk. No, come on. You gotta go. You gotta go. Check his channel out and you'll see what I mean. Trust me, bro. If you don't like Inside the Chicago Bulls, you're going to hate this guy. Oh man, I don't need nobody else to hate. I don't need nobody else to hate, man. Yeah, DeAndre Storm is wild. He gets mad if anyone has 3 bad games in every video, which is Derrick Rose. That's crazy, man. Spammer, I got his ass up out of here. That's why I need to get this moderator shit going. For real, because yeah, we not doing that shit. We are not doing that shit for real. I feel the time off will help the Bulls because in the new year we face the great East teams more often. Yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Hoiberg was terrible, but Boylan was Hoiberg partly was bad because they didn't give him the roster they promised him or us that they were going to give us at that time. But with that being said, yes, Boylan, fuck that motherfucker. That pasty motherfucker. I can't. His face irritates me. Him and Gar Foreman and Denzel Valentine have to have the 3 most punchable faces in the history of I almost was about to say a word I promise not to say on this channel. They have the 3 most punchable faces in the history of punchable faces. I would beat all three of their ass proudly and punch the shit out of them. Boylan was just a dumbass. That motherfucker has his head so far up his own ass that I'm sure his ancestor smells his farts. Gar Foreman, that Muppet face bastard, and Gums McGee himself and Denzel Valentine. Fuck all three of those motherfuckers. Fuck all three of them. I love the Bulls with all my heart, but our interior defense is what's going to beat us. Star bigs get an automatic 20 or 30 points. Again, I think but in most of those games, we've still won. That's by design. I think what the Bulls are doing, they're letting the bigs go off because that's their opposed weakness, and they're really defending everything else very well. But I see what you mean. I'm about to warm up some sliders. Who wants some? Listen, man. When I was in St. Louis, when I lived in St. Louis, Missouri for a long time, there was literally a White Castles on every fucking corner. Late at night, you wake up, like especially I wasn't podcasting then, like after a West Coast game or whatever, it's like 12. I'm still hungry. I'm going to White Castles. I'm getting me about 2 or 3 chicken sliders. I'm getting me, back then I was fatter, so I was getting the cheese on the fries and a mix for the drink. You guys got it. I don't know if they do mixes anywhere else, but like in St. Louis, the mix, everybody knows what that is. That's Fanta, Sprite, a little bit of Coke, and some Dr. Pepper. It is what it is. It is what it is. Judge me not. Judge your dick sucking auntie. That's what I got to say with that. Hey, Bully Sports is what's up. His name is Herb with his boy Great channel. Doesn't have a lot of views though. Hey, we'll check him out. We'll check him out. That's how you know you made it when you got one of those type of spammers. Hey, we cutting here. Like I said, giveaway coming at passing 3,000 subscribers. Tell everyone, get everybody in, get them subscribed because I want to give some shit away to you guys, man. I really do. I love giving back because I feel like that's what's the point of building a community if you don't give back to that community, and that's exactly what we're building here at Chicago Bulls Central is a community. It's not just a channel. It's not just me. It's about all of us. So yeah. I'm sorry, something just caught my caught my attention with that community post I did with the Steph Curry shit. Let's go back. One good thing about Zach out, we get to see what this team looks like with DeMar at the helm. Thoughts? I mean, we've seen it. DeMar does a lot of the ball handling, so I don't think much changes as far as play style. But I would like to see Lonzo get the ball a little bit more in his hands and run the offense. So that's just my opinion. LOL, true. People are Bryson laughing. It seems like Bolin be on game time every time the Bulls dub somebody. Man, fuck that motherfucker, pasty bastard. I hate that motherfucker. I stopped eating eggs for a while after I saw Boylan. You know what's funny? Real story, true story. So the year that 2K, damn, it was a 2K game. I can't remember, but they used to have the coaches talking, and it wasn't Hoiberg. It was Jim Boylan. At that point in time, I had never seen Jim Boylan in real life. So I'm like, this is the worst creative coach face ever. And then when I saw Jim Boylan in real life, I was like, oh my God, that's what this motherfucker looks like for real. It's bad, man. It's bad. Sounds like Matt Nagy. That motherfucker got to go too. Don't forget about Bill Cartwright, Scott Skiles. Oh, no, I mean, I like Scott Skiles. I really like Scott Skiles as a coach. Now, I understand that his time ran up, but I really did like him. I'll be back. I'm about to see what Love Face talking about. I don't know what that is. So, Vooch is a liability. Won't be elite until he starts covering his areas. Again, we've talked about this. Go and check it out. Vooch's defensive rating is better than 2 points under Miles Turner, and he was 5th in the league in defensive rating for all centers last season. Vooch is not as bad on defense as what people like to believe. He's not. Watch us go deep playoff run and everyone starts calling us the super. Man, fuck those it'll probably happen though. Thoughts on Kyrie being upgraded to part-time, then going straight to health and safety protocols. Listen, I almost made that the thumbnail. That's wild. And you know, Kyrie, as crazy as he is, he's going to be like, see, this is why I didn't want to give that. Like, he's going to work that into his whole narrative. But the fact that they just announced that he was going to come back on a part-time basis, and then he immediately goes into NBA health and safety protocols, kind of makes me believe the conspiracy theories a little bit more, right? Like, NBA is like, fuck you. Like, that's what I think is what happened. You could crack an egg and cook it on Boylan's big ass head. Fuck that motherfucker. Did you know the Bulls really wanted to draft LaVine in 2014, but he was not available anymore? Yeah, I actually do remember that. I do remember there was reports of that. But everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Hey, I wish Cartwright was playing for us in his prime now. I would love that. White Castle is fire. It will have you Putin all night, but it's fire for sure, for sure. When the Bulls win the finals, who are the top 3 people you get to cruise out and troll? Oh, listen, because I've already been, so the peek behind the scenes. I've been taking clips that I can find of commentators and sports analysts doubting the Chicago Bulls. And just know I mentally have already put this video together that will drop the night the Bulls win the finals. And it's just going to be me after all the clips laughing my ass off and taking like 4 shots to the head. So, yeah, I've been paying attention. I definitely be paying attention. Them chicken rings be tough with the honey mustard. Yes, the chicken sandwiches do too. You take the honey mustard and put it on the chicken sandwiches, the chicken breast sandwiches specifically. I don't like the chicken ring sandwiches. So why is he out of the lineup, Boylan? Because I said so. Man, that motherfucker. Bulls should run more of a motion offense instead of a horn offense. Think the team will thrive and do better. I actually believe that. I believe that. Vooch did a what? Oh yeah, I forgot about that name already. I think we should pick up Daniel House and bro, you saying exactly what I played. I played your voicemail, Shay. Why you got to do that, man? Why you got to do that? But again, I've said I think what everything that Daniel House could give us, Javonte gives us, especially if you bring on a power forward that starts and places Javonte Green. No, you don't. I don't. Even the reports that the Bulls are going to interested in trading for a defensive wing, I feel like that's a late rumor that just came out. Like I don't fully believe that that's where they are right now. I just don't. I want a championship coach. I just feel like Billy D too stagnant. I don't know if he's stagnant. I don't know if he's just slow to make adjustments. I feel like he goes into each game with a solid game plan and he doesn't veer off that, but I don't think he's stagnant overall in how the season operates. I don't think so, but it is what it is. Vooch did a great job defending Jokic last time. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I bring up because more so than just looking at block steals or whatever, or how much the other player scores, the advanced metric of defensive rating is key. And the fact that Vooch was 5th among all centers and now is still only 12th, I think it was. He's still in the top half of the league of defensive rating for centers. He's not as bad as what some of you guys make it out to be. It's amazing how we had 3 or 4 games without Vooch, and y'all still think he's a liability when you've seen exactly. I agree with that fully. Stay gold. We agree with that fully. He's not a liability. You don't know what you're talking about. The Bulls will not and should not trade Vooch. Agreed. Okay. White Castle is good, but Portillo's and Harold Chicken. Listen, I'm not in Chicago. If I was in the city of Chicago and we had a Portillo's, yeah, I'll probably get to have Portillo's about 2 or 3 times a year. I think folks thought DeRozan was washed out because of his numbers in San Antonio, but the thing is, nobody puts up Gotti numbers, Gotti stats in Popovich's system. Exactly, that's not what the system is made to be. The Christmas games are going to suck this year. Listen, those Christmas games are going to suck ass. I liked your video this morning about Vooch D. We need to remember what's really important on D is how you play Team D. Exactly. Rocco and Comiskey, keep it Chi-Town. Oh, yeah. I'm not in Chi-Town. I wish I was. I actually thought about moving to Chi-Town for a while. I think before I moved here. Before I moved here to Columbus, Ohio, it was Dallas was on my list. Indy was on my list. Chicago was on my list. And Florida were on my list. So Vooch doesn't have a problem with strong centers, just those quick athletic centers that can roll quickly. So yeah, he guards Jokic well. Yep. Those are just 2 big European motherfuckers. That's what that is. All right. I said we weren't going to go an hour. Look at us, over a fucking hour. Look over an hour. You guys get me every time. Where's my water at? People are Bryson. Pop run the Spurs like a machine. When players leave, they break out. Watch out for DeJounte Murray. There you go. I would trade Portillo's for an In-N-Out and a Jack in the... Listen, okay. I don't have a Jack in the Box here in Columbus, Ohio. We had them all over the place in St. Louis, too. For anyone who doesn't know what a Jack in the Box is, this is the best way that I can describe it is if you have ever been high as shit and you literally sat there and been like, I want a pizza, some tacos, some curly fries, a chicken sandwich. I want all of that. And you had to go to 3 or 4 different places. Jack in the Box got like Jack in the Box's menu. You can't tell me it wasn't made by the biggest weed heads in society because that's what their menu is. I'm still on the fence about Billy's postseason adjustment game to the that I agree. That I agree with. Time for you to go to sleep. What did I do? Why I gotta go to sleep? We having fun, bro. Whoever is being guarded by Isaiah Thomas should just go right at him. Punch him in the fucking face. I get everyone defending Vooch and those criticizing him, but it's hard to deny that he's been very underwhelming. And when he doesn't hit his shots, it really ruins the momentum. He's becoming an X factor that way. No, I wouldn't say it ruins the momentum. People got, and this is what happens when you try to use box scores. I'm not saying that I want to make sure I'm not saying that that's what you're doing, but Vooch's ability to just be out there opens up the floor because if you look at it, nobody's not guarding Vooch, right? Nobody has said that because Vooch is slumped, like, oh well, fuck, he's not going to shoot it. We're gonna use it to rotate off of him. Vooch's passing ability has been key. His blocks have been key, especially on a team that doesn't get a lot of blocks. Have been key. The way that he moves without the ball, the fact that when he's the trailer that they still have to guard. Vooch does more out there, even when his shot isn't falling. It's not about denying that he's been underwhelming. Yes, his scoring has been underwhelming, but if you look at the other aspects of basketball, especially aspects that don't show up on the stat sheet, he's been solid. Not great, not what he could have been, not what we expected, but he's been pretty solid. Never gonna happen, not gonna happen, not even talking about it. Hip hop time. Havoc produced a good album for style. Havoc produced some amazing shit for people in general. We don't have a Jack in the Box in Chicago, man. Listen here, I'm telling you, Jack in the Box is. I can't tell you how many. Again, back when I was allegedly smoking marijuana, allegedly, right? So back when I was smoking allegedly, there were so many times where at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning that Jack in the Box really, really hit the spot so many times. It saved my mustard so many times. Put on one hand on Isaiah Taylor's head and shoot there. So silly. Billy does make good adjustments, but at times he takes too long. At times he needs to be fast. I agree with that. He is slow to make adjustments for sure. I think it's really crazy how people think Miles Turner can help us at power forward position when he's not a good power forward and he's better at center. The thing is that, and also the thing with people, especially people who are talking about ball movement, Miles Turner is a terrible decision maker when it comes to passing the basketball. Terrible. Like, and I'm sorry, he's not a terrible player, but he's a terrible player when it comes to decision making. That ball movement that everybody wants to see is not going to happen. Again, the Bulls don't need to add another player that's going to need offense called for him. That is what Miles Turner is going to need. That's not what the Bulls need right now. Not what the Bulls need right now. What's on your opinion on the Bulls being an attractive free agent? I think I just talked about it. I'm not sure if you're just joining the stream. I think the Bulls are going to be a very attractive free agent destination this year. This upcoming free agency. And then I also think for the buyout market, specifically for forwards, they're going to be a really attractive destination for them. Really attractive. Hot take, Vooch dropping 25-10. You fill in the DeMar stats. As a big man shooting 41% of the field isn't acceptable at this point in the season. Again, it's acceptable because the Bulls have been winning. Again, nobody's saying that he needs to keep playing this bad. Nobody's saying they're expecting it. But again, we got to stop. We got to stop acting like it's keeping the team from winning. Trust, I know about late nights with Jack in the crack living in Phoenix. Listen, that shit is a lifesaver for sure. John Taylor, Jack in the Box started out in Chicago. It started in Chicago, and now y'all don't have him in Chicago? How the fuck does that work? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's wild. Weirder things have happened. I almost said shit. I guess I can't say shit. I'm just trying not to say the N-word, but that weirder things have happened for sure. For sure. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I'm about to get ready to wrap this up. So I have friends that live in Indiana, and they said the Indiana Pacers went down as soon as Thaddeus Young signed with the Bulls, and Miles Turner was placed at the power forward spot. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Vooch is going through what Bosch went through during the first year of the Miami Big Three. And now I feel like I would have to look at the numbers, but I feel like this is lasting longer than what happened with Bosch. But at the same time, keep in mind that at that point in Miami, right? Miami was playing damn near five. You remember the time when the Bulls beat them and they were like at 500 or something, and they were literally crying at a press conference saying, "Oh, this is what you guys wanted to see." Fuck those bitches. But nonetheless, but the Bulls are still winning. They're still playing great. So yeah, he has time to bring it around. What do you mean by threat? When I hear threat, I mean, I go right to thinking coming out of the East. They're not really a threat in that sense. They are going to win some games that people probably think that they shouldn't. They're going to catch some good teams slipping. They may catch push a team in the first round to 7 games and make it tough on them. They could do those things, but not really a threat. I'm 54 years old. Oh no, I wasn't doubting you. I wasn't saying that to say that I don't believe you. I do believe you. I'm just saying that sucks that it started there and then you guys lost it. That's all I'm saying. No AD. I see a close win over the Lakers tomorrow. Hey, I see it. All Jack in the Box moved to California just like Soul Train started out in Chicago. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, spaghetti, and black eyed peas. Is that what you're eating right now, Shay? Why are you flexing on this? DeMar dropping 50, Young Bull been bored as shit. He said, "Hey, we'll see. Caruso gonna get LaGrandpa out tomorrow. We'll see with that as well." Well, fellas and ladies, if you're here, that's it for me tonight. I'm tapped out. I'm tired. My dogs are fighting. You can see it a little bit. I don't know if you guys see their tails. There goes one of them. There goes one of them right there. Both. Oh, you can see both their heads. Let me move the thing. There goes my babies. Look at my babies. Hey, babies. Hey, babies. Oh, whoa. Everybody got to try to get over. You trying to be the man. But that's my time for tonight, man. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all the good shit. Again, giveaway coming once we pass 3,000 subscribers. Next giveaway after that is going to be at 5,000. Bulls jersey is going to be the giveaway. I'll announce and do a video for everything of how I'm going to be giving it away, but I'm going to be buying somebody a Chicago Bulls jersey once we hit 3,000 subscribers. That's it for tonight. Thank you guys for joining this impromptu live stream. I always love it when you guys pop in when it's not a scheduled live stream. Like I like to end every video on, go Bulls. Love you guys. Peace. And it says it's having trouble ending the broadcast. So I'm still here. This is funny. Dun, 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 dun.